Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about balancing equations in chemistry. The law of conservation of mass states that matter cannot be created or destroyed. That means that whatever number of atoms we have before the chemical reaction, we have to end with. Before I explain how to balance equations, let's take a look at a simple balanced equation so we can understand what is going on. The elements on the left side of the arrow are called reactants. They are the ingredients that we mix during the chemical reaction. On the right side, we have the products, or the final result of the chemical reaction. The tiny numbers, called subscripts, show how many atoms are bonded together. We never change these. The larger numbers, called coefficients, multiply the molecules. These are the numbers that we change. Let's take a look at this equation. First, we need to check if it's balanced. We look at the number of atoms on the left side. There's 2 hydrogen and 2 oxygen. Now we can take a look at the atoms on the right side. There's also 2 hydrogen, but only 1 oxygen. That means that we are missing an oxygen atom. So now we need to balance the equation. We can do this by adding coefficients. So here you can see that we've added the coefficient of 2 to the hydrogen atom on the right side. That means that we have 4 hydrogen atoms on that side. We also have 2 oxygen atoms because the 2 carries over. So now we have added another coefficient of 2 to the left side. This means that we have 4 hydrogen atoms on the left side and 4 hydrogen atoms on the right side. We also have 2 oxygen atoms on the left side and 2 oxygen atoms on the right side. Because we have the same number of atoms on both sides, the equations are balanced. Let's take a look at a more difficult equation. In this equation, we have 3 carbons on the left side along with 8 hydrogens and 2 oxygens. On the right side, we have 1 carbon, 3 oxygens, and 2 hydrogens. Let's start with balancing out the carbons. As you can see, we added a coefficient of 3 to the right side. This balances the carbons. There are now 3 carbons on either side of the equation. Next, we can work with balancing the hydrogens. By adding a coefficient of 4 to the right side of the equation, we balance the hydrogens out. Now there are 8 hydrogens on each side of the equation. We can move on to the final step in balancing this equation, the oxygens. Let's start by recounting the oxygens. We have 2 oxygens on the left side of the equation and 10 oxygens on the right side of the equation. To get 10 oxygen atoms on the left, we simply put a 5 in front of the oxygen because 5 times 2 equals 10. Because the number of atoms on each side of the equation is equal, we have finally balanced the equation.